Hey there friends, and welcome to a new Rimworld adventure of mine. I'm Icon and we're going to play some Radworld mod together. So Radworld is a pretty much complete overhaul of the world. Everything out here is a nuclear wasteland, and well, it introduces a lot of new biomes. 6 of them being underground biomes. We're playing here in a lush cavern, which is a area which is kind of like, I guess it's the pendant to the temperate forest and among the caverns. There's average caverns and there's outside world, which is killing you with radiation in no time. So we're going to be here and starting out with the rich explorer start. Mod-wise, I'm running a couple of quality of life mods, which you find in the description below. And content-wise, I have only allowed myself to include the Vault-Tec mod because I felt like this is exactly the right environment to whip that up. Beyond that, we're only playing the game as it is. I'm not bringing up any different content things, no animal packs, no nothing except for 2 things: extra stones and gemstones, because I'm really loving the looks of a diverse environment. So don't you get fooled by the looks of that. There's pretty much everything is vanilla. Storyteller wise, we're running with Randy Random, but I will go for a blood and dust difficulty without friendly fire because I have a strong dislike to friendly fire in Rimworld. So longtime viewers of my series know why. Okay, so we're starting out with our friend Pavel, or Pavel. And he is a pretty talented person. He's only not good at 2 things: fighting and medicine. He's learning cooking, but I really liked his combo of skills. We are wearing hazard suit and gas mask, so we are actually quite fit for this environment, although it should be safe to be out here without it. So the environment here is bizarre, strange, and different from what we're used to. And there is a extreme pressure of wildlife here, as I can see already. So when we check this out, there's irradiated wildlife here. Lots of irradiated mega spiders, wargs to no end. My god, are those many wargs. Moles, mega scarabs, and irradiated rats. So the goal of this series will be, as usual, to get away from this planet, either going royal or going spaceship. I haven't decided yet. So here's the hive section. There's yet another hive section, and yeah, let's have some fun with that together, shall we? So to begin with, I feel like this environment is threatening me quite massively. And we should just start out and call this our storage zone. Oh, life sent me a donkey. And we're going to bring up a wall right here. Well, let's make that wood. Wood can be acquired here by giant roots. That's the underground tree, basically. And we can also grow rat fungus, which is a underground fungus type, which is also growing here. So we should be fine for now. Margarita. Well, I don't know if I will actually be keeping Margarita or not, but for now I certainly want to have her company. Now we will configure Pavel's work order to focus into hauling. And let's call out a giant messy stockpile zone here, because that's what I like to do when I begin. So there's a warg over here, so I want to seal off my little section of the cave network right away. The wargs are pretty fierce neighbors. Right now I'm relying on the fact that the wargs would assault my donkey before they would assault me. So now there's a warg in my territory, but do I build like that? I guess yes. Alright, so now we have our safe little happy zone, and that's where we stay for now. So furniture-wise, I'm going to bring up a bed for myself. And we're going to be... Oh, did I check out mining? Mining is very important here. Yes, he's a quite decent miner. And let's see how we're going to work around with that. The pressure is quite big from these predators. A warg can easily take down Pavel all on his own. And we're going to call out a growing zone over here for rat fungus. So we're going to have access to some food on our own. All right. So that's done. Now we need definitely, absolutely definitely, a stonecutter's workbench. Where is it at? I'm blind. Here. I'm going to make that one out of wood because I feel like we can afford it still. And the next thing I want is, let's look, the temperatures are quite decent. Next thing I want is a butchering table. So we're going to create that out of steel, why not? So one of the biggest issues I have discovered so far by thinking the situation through was that producing power will be a insanely difficult thing. We shouldn't have too much problems with anybody attacking our environment. There's just too much crazy going on outside there. But we will run into food issues, I guess, as soon as the wargs grow hungry. And beyond that, power. How the heck am I supposed to produce power? We can only produce power by burning stuff. So that means our power will be produced by chem fuels, mostly. That's what I can make out so far, because nothing else seems to work for me. So we're going to store the stone blocks over here and call out a preferred priority. So we're going to make any stone blocks, and we're going to do that forever as long as they're in the vicinity of this small zone here. Okay, so we're alive, we're happy in our little mountain cave, and I really enjoy this gameplay so far a lot, because it is very, very different from what I'm used to here. So, Radworld sure looks like a pretty interesting experience, especially since there are a lot of different cavernous biomes available. And if you want to go really bonkers, you can also go outside, where you have to fight off radiation at all times, which is also pretty nasty. Inside here, radiation is not that much of an issue. The hazard suit he's wearing is actually not that necessary as far as I understand things, but Pavel came with that. I kept him because of the stats and not because of the suit. So there's an obsidian ready. I want to bring up a obsidian table so we don't have to eat without a table, you know. You know how Rimworlders are. Alright. There we go. Considering slaughtering the donkey as quick as possible, because honestly he doesn't really do me any good. So a horseshoe pin goes outside here. We're going to play in front of the rat shrooms. Can't we grow some rat shroom here too, just for the looks of it? Don't know. Would be cool if it would illuminate my area here. So there's the irradiated rad. I want to take it down. So we're going to butcher creatures over here. Perfect. So we got light leather and irradiated rat meat. Well, I hope it doesn't give any debuffs to eat that, but we're going to run with a fuel stove because obvious reasons. And there we go. I can hear the wargs kill stuff in the environment. It's really, really scary, honestly. So we're going to cook us simple meals as long as we can. There we go. Radiated fungus. So we're starting to cut our path here. And let's go this way. Oh man, this is sounding so scary. And it's not only sounding scary, it is scary. I am actually already considering to try to do tunnels here to avoid these predators wherever I can. Because honestly, I have no clue how I'm supposed to survive that right now. We got no access to power in a larger scale. I should definitely try and research something as quick as possible because the time seems to be pressuring me a little bit. So we're going to bring up a research bench here. Because the rat fungus is definitely not growing fast enough to sustain me here. We're going to try and consume as much product as possible. So that's interesting. And we're being raided at the same time. But I don't think that this raider will get anywhere near close to my colony. Alright. What are these traders up to? Looks like they're leaving the map. No, they're just going for a good old-fashioned brawl with the local fauna. Smarty, the taster, he's dead. Okay, so, well, that went down just like I had expected it somehow. Alright, I'm out of obsidian blocks right now, but that's okay. We're going to mine out a corridor here. There we go. It's just what we needed. Let's lock ourselves in again. I'm too scared of the predators around me. And I'm sure that I'm right about it. So we're down to 18 packaged survival meals. That's really not lasting us too long here. So what I'm going to do is, I guess I will try and put up traps in this situation. Because researching stuff won't get me anywhere. I don't have the necessary resources right now to think about chem fuel powered production. We'll have to be tricky. We'll have to be smart. We'll have to hunt the mole at night. There we go. He who hauls the mole at night. Alright, that's enough for a little bit longer. And that's how we're going to do it for the next time. I mean, as soon as I have a corridor with traps online, this should be a lot easier. But the beginning of this playthrough here will be quite tense, I can already tell. Because food is a massive pressure right now. But I assumed as much. That's why I went for the rat fungus right away. So it's time to say goodbye to Margarita. Because we can't afford another animal here eating our resources. It's just not happening. An obsidian meteorite. Okay. So, Pavel, you're growing quite decent at mining. That's good. Alright. So we got more than enough stones right now. The growth time of the fungus is horrible. That's for sure. Growth time is so horrible here. But I can't really do anything with all those hungry wolves outside there. We could try and take down the warg here. Let's try that. And cancel this. I do notice one thing. Expansion seems to be extremely important. So let's cancel that one. And let's forbid the packaged survival meals. We can't afford living from these right now. We need to live off our friend the donkey to survive that. This summer has begun. Yeah, okay, cool, I guess. So I got no clue how much yield the fungus will give me, but oh, look at that. This area magically turned into a safe spot. So we're going to do this right away. Alright, that's enough. We're going to put up a wall up here and be a very happy man because we secured ourselves a huge area here as a safe zone. So we're going to do the same thing down here now. Just like that, but bringing up a door, I guess. A steel one. Yeah, the resource pressure is real, but I was kind of like expecting that. Alright, but with that, I have locked out a lot of predators out of my environment. I have gained a lot of area where I can harvest stuff from and plant out stuff, most importantly. Let's do that right away. Let's do that right away. So we're going to do rat fungus over here and over there. Let's delete that. And let's do some giant roots over here. Just a few. And we can deconstruct that wall now. Okay, so claiming the environment bit by bit. I did such a mistake that I slaughtered the donkey right away. So the meat will spoil quite soon. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cook a lot of it. And, well, let's change that again. And eat as much of it as possible raw now. This is not exactly the best way, but cooked meals have a magically re-increased shelf time all of a sudden, so we can trick around with that a little bit. So let's eat a little bit of that and do this to a forever job again. Turn this into a forever job again, and let's see. Hopefully we're going to have enough time to eat most of that before it goes bad again. So, Pavel is ready for action. Let's see what we can acquire here. A couple of mushrooms are falling off here. It's really good. So we went for that as well. Can harvest the glow stools here. So we have a little bit of fungus available, and I transformed that into food. Man, so many silly little mistakes here. Okay. Let's call out lots and lots of growing zones where we grow as much fungus as possible, because it seems to pay off in the end. It seems to pay off. Now we got research available. Let's do biofuel refining, because obviously that seems the only way that I discovered so far for me to produce electricity with. In a larger scale, that is. Wow, look at this crazy pack of wargs outside there. So freaking scary, man. So if we could claim that cluster, we would have access to a lot of wood. And with that cluster, it's the same. Well, we got food for, I don't know, a couple of days longer. There's a war merchant arriving, so let's see. I somehow think that it's going to be quite impossible for traders to actually get to my home reliably. Because, yeah, they're hating me now for the fact that people are dying inside the caves. Yeah, sure. You guys do what you have to do. It's okay. Alright. This reminds me a little bit of the Feralus Infested Jungle. It has similarities, like outside is evil. So there's only one warg in our way there, but only one warg can kill us quite easily, so I don't really want to take that risk right now. Keeping the donkey that long alive was not a smart choice. We did waste a lot of food on that. Cargo pods, so this is extremely far away. So sad. Radberries. Well, no chance. No chance to acquire that in any way. There's just a bunch of monsters sleeping outside my door. Okay, since we start to rack up more and more stones, we might as well put up a obsidian door up there. And let's see, give him a little bit of a higher priority for research work in general. And call this yet another forbidden door. So I wish I could take that work down somehow. And I wonder if irradiated mega spiders can yield some products for me that would be kind of like making it worth to domesticate them. I can already tell that the food we're growing here will in no way be sufficient for us to live off of it. Oh. Rad fungus is... Oh, it is a full meal per field, I see. Okay, it works differently than I thought. Okay. Well, then things are a little bit different. Okay, for some reason I forgot to forbid that door. Okay, that was freaking spooky. Just waltzing outside there, waiting to get killed. Alright, but the good news is nobody outside can really scratch us or do anything to us. The bad news, growing food takes way too long. And there's a rat fungus growing outside there. But there's also 2 nasty bears outside there. So I'd say we're going to rely on night forages now. This is one good way of doing it. Pigs join. Yeah, great. I have 3 pigs now. So let's call them to the home area. And Pavel is suffering from malaria. Oh dear. Luckily we have Glitterworld meds. But let's hope that this will go well for him. I'm going to put bed rest and doctoring on top priorities here. And let's see. It looks like we do already win the immunity race. Yeah. To my great surprise, the piggies did die. A bunch of wargs did eat them. How did that come together? Well. Yeah. Well. It's quite cruel of the game to give me a couple of pigs as animals to keep. And then they don't even stand a chance to get to me. Alright, so, but the good news is we definitely get through the malaria, so I'm gonna fast forward that. So our friend has recovered from the malaria, but I discovered something which really made me kind of nervous. Using herbal medicine gave me a massive boost of radiation, so seems like not everything you can grow or eat here is without any consequences for you. So our simple meals have rotted away. I really shouldn't have butchered the donkey like that. That was really foolish of me. But we're gonna get there. I still have a couple of days of food. And there's the rat fungus. Let's see if the rat fungus does do radiation damage to me as well when we consume it. So that's definitely something I am now. Yes, so we can't even live of that for a longer period of time because it will actually kill us. Oh my god. So this is really kind of like more difficult than I thought. So that means the rat fungus is nice and dandy, but we can't exclusively live off of that. We have a couple of packaged survival meals available, and I already know that the radiation is more heavy than the actual... No, I rack up more radiation than I need time to grow hungry again, so I definitely can't go for an exclusive diet of these. This is bad. This is seriously bad. So we're going to stop growing these like that because we discovered that the situation is not as easy as it looks. And I mean, okay, it's an emergency food. Let's not be ungrateful about that. But it's also a very dangerous thing to do. So the next things I'm up for are creating some sort of hunting mechanism because we need to acquire our food from things that move. Although I'm quite scared now that irradiated bears will also be yielding, well, I don't know, problems. We got problems. Let's see, is there anything we can research? Rad pills. So we should possibly switch our production over to drug, or research over to drug production and start researching those rad pills. I mean, Pavel is a horrible researcher at this point, but we'll see how that'll go. In the end, we're now sitting on a situation which will escalate against me sooner or later. So what I'm going to do is stop researching, and we're going to start mining ourselves towards areas where we can actually live better. Because my big strength compared to these animals is that I can go for Oh, we can grow glow stool instead of red stool. Red shroom. Okay. My big strength compared to the animals is that I can adapt to the situation. Which means we can move towards the areas where the good food is at. So we'll have to allow sowing again. So far, I really do like what this mod does, because it creates a new kind of pressure, which wasn't there before, and survival really feels like a fun challenge right now. So I already noticed that I did a couple of big mistakes there, but my next goal is I want to try and mine myself towards the mega spider colony, because I know that if I get there, I should be easily able to harvest my insect jello there at night, you know, and that should be something we can thrive from quite easily. Oh, there was a rat running into my domain. Nice. But seriously, Pavel, haul that obsidian chunk away. Alright. So we're going to, let's see, we're on minor radiation. Well, it seems to me like it is not exactly as deadly as it could be. Like you're very slowly killing yourself with the irradiated food, but you are killing yourself slowly with the irradiated food. Okay, so friends, that's gonna be the end of episode 1. It's been my pleasure, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Ooh, let's watch that brawl off here between the bear and the mega spider there. Okay. Alright, so that was episode 1. Thanks so much for watching. Drop me a comment down below and leave me a like on that video if you enjoyed the show so far. And as usual, check out my channel. You'll find daily content from my side there, Rimworld and other similar games. If you like that, do a subscription and turn on those notifications, and you won't miss any future content from my side. And also, I want to mention the description down there below contains my Twitch channel where daily streams happen, and also means and ways to support me financially, because I do all my work for free, and I'd be very, very happy and grateful if you could give me a hand to make more free content for you for a longer and indefinite amount of time. So enjoy the show, guys, and goodbye.